there's a breath that I love doing, which is you exhale for 8 seconds, inhale for 4 seconds, and then pause for 7 seconds. And it just really helps to reset the body and really get you into the present moment.
This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good morning, Gordie Bufton. Previously, episode 603 of the 12-Minute Convos, a podcast. It's been just 2 years, 10 months, 13 days, 18 hours since we last recorded that conversation.
Main thing is you're the creator of your legacy, so just spend a couple of minutes really thinking about what legacy you want to leave on this planet, because it's so easy to go through life and not really spend any time doing that. What kind of impact are you trying to make on the planet? Are you going about that every day?
That was then. This is now. Gordie, how are you doing today?
I am stellar. I'm so grateful that you had me back, and hard to believe it has been almost 3 years. We'll just round up.
Yeah, it feels like yesterday, right? It does feel like
maybe
yesterday.
The day before.
Now, when we last spoke, there were a ton of things that you were doing. Specifically, the thing that really touched me is how your story transformed not just your life, but how you decided to help others transform, and you were visiting schools and speaking on drug addiction. How has that been going, and what are you up to today?
Yeah, that's awesome. So that has evolved into working for the last few years with a lot of entrepreneurs and focusing on helping them connect to themselves and also the world around them. And a large focus of that has been helping them connect with their families.
Ooh.
So I had the opportunity to speak in, I believe, 8 different countries all around the world, some islands down to you in the Bahamas and the Jamaica, to young presidents organizations, and had a new book come out a little over a year ago now called The Connection Effect, which is an entrepreneur's playbook to unlocking the present moment. And all of my work now is focused on really helping people connect to themselves and connect to the world around them, as where I see we're going. Social media is a very interesting space right now. We're able to do amazing things like have this conversation. Without technology, we wouldn't be able to do that. And what I'm seeing is it's really morphing and shaping the evolution of humanity. And from so many people close to me, they're just going, man, it's become way too overwhelming. I just want to connect with people one-on-one, like in small spaces or small events, to really have those deep, meaningful, impactful exchanges.
It's amazing how that works, right? Like one time we're screaming for the technology to be able to just connect, right? Just to have a conversation like this. And now we get this type of technology, and it comes full circle to the value that occurs in a one-to-one conversation where you're seeing the person's eyes in front of you and you're hearing their voice. It's remarkable, though, how necessary that is to us. When we spoke, you told me that the 7 days that you spent in prison, that, well, I wouldn't even say spent. It came across as that in turn was an investment, wasn't it, to what you do today?
Yeah, so I spent my 20th birthday in jail, and it was the best birthday present I ever got, because it really forced me to take a hard look at my life, see what was working, what wasn't, and ultimately made me change. And I've now been clean and sober almost a decade, which has, like, that's a bedrock of all the personal transformation and all the speaking and all the opportunities I get now is because I'm sober. And had I not spent my 20th birthday in jail, God only knows where I would be right now.
It is amazing, though, Gordie, how you went from one spectrum to another. There are people that become drug-free and they remain drug-free, but they live, a simple life, right? But you've gone to the side, like being the voice for individuals, and even more so, it's evolved, as you said, to helping entrepreneurs. We both know that entrepreneurs can dive on the deep end where our goals are set and lose values where balance is necessary. So how are you helping people, and where's the best place for those that are listening to connect with you?
Yeah, I love that, and I appreciate those kind words, Angel. The best place to reach me, I guess I'm not going to say social media, but Gordie Bufton across the social media. And the best is just shoot me an email, gb at Gordie Bufton, GordieBufton.com. We'll jump on a call or something. Happy to provide value. And I post a lot of content on social and videos.
Love that. Love that. Now, when we spoke, there was a business partner who had a story as well. I think it's Bradley.
You are correct.
Yeah. Is he still in the picture?
That is a little bit of a tragic situation. So we had a really successful 2 years of business, and I decided to depart the business. It just was no longer in alignment with me. And then a few months ago in May, he was actually tragically shot and killed in Arizona.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, after a boating incident. And he's survived by his wife and soon-to-be daughter, as his wife was, I believe, 4 or 5 months pregnant during that situation.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. And I think that brings to the conversation, the surface as well, legacy. That was something you touched on, and how we achieve our legacy in life. Having that understanding of death and having friends that have passed through drug overdoses as well. Like, how are you setting up your legacy, Gordie?
The best thing that I'm doing to set up my own legacy is to be the best version of myself, to continuing spending 2 to 3 hours every single day working on myself. And if I'm working on myself and doing the things that I need to do in order to fully love and embody the best version of myself, I know I'll be able to positively affect potentially every life that I touch, whether it's an interaction at the grocery store with the clerk to get them to smile or to be present with them, or my clients that I'm working with, or on a stage. I believe as individuals, we have such a massive responsibility to be our best selves so that we can impact and improve the lives of others.
Now, I would think, I'm guesstimating here that there's a physical side of what you do in terms of working out or exercising that has helped you to build stamina in staying away and keeping focused.
Yeah, so in 2016, I did an Ironman, which was one of the greatest physical feats and transformations I've ever done in any part of my life. And right now I'm training to hike rim to rim to rim of the Grand Canyon in one day, which is 48 miles and 10,000 feet of elevation gain. So, yeah, as one of my friends, Jesse Itzler, always talks about doing a Misogi, which is one thing on your calendar that is so big that you'll be able to take those experiences throughout the whole life. I'm not necessarily whole life, the whole year.
Yeah.
So that could be a race, that could be releasing a book, that could be going on a family vacation, that could be having a simple conversation with somebody that you don't want to have.
Wow. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around the Grand Canyon. I mean, it took us a couple hours, to drive through. And I know, like, when we got up there, the pass that they give you is for 7 days because it is that huge. It's like you could spend 7 days and still not get through the entire thing if you're camping. But oh my, like, who came up with that idea?
It's a big run and adventure in the ultra endurance world. And I've had a lot of friends do from one side to the other, and you're able to go camp down. And I'm just like, no, if I'm going to do it, I remember actually being in the sauna after a workout, and I was like talking to this guy, and he goes, yeah, a couple years ago, I did rim to rim to rim of the Grand Canyon in one day. And I kind of look at this guy and I go, but you don't seem like you're in that good of shape.
Right.
Like, I should totally do it. And now I'm doing it.
That's wonderful. It's amazing. The power of a conversation. Well, my friend, it gives me great joy and as well inspiration to have the opportunity to just jump on a call and hear that you're evolving, that you've continued, that you haven't given up. I'm very proud of you, Gordie, for what you're doing and as well helping others, even all the way in the Caribbean. It's really amazing what we can do going from one side of the spectrum, as I said, to the other side, transforming lives of others. So, Gordie, again, a great pleasure. Before we leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Yeah. Just take time to breathe and connect to yourself is really such a game changer in my life and those that I work with, to be able to, a few moments throughout the course of the day, just take a few seconds to take a couple of deep breaths, or there's a breath that I love doing, which is you exhale for 8 seconds, inhale for 4 seconds, and then pause for 7 seconds. And it just really helps to reset the body and really get you into the present moment.
I love it. Thanks for sharing that. Again, amazing audience. Gordie Bufton Gordie, thank you for being on what is inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. This podcast is produced by Pod Edits. Visit podedits.com for professional podcast publishing.